that even if I want to go, I don't have a way to go. But if I don't survive, I think I'll take it as an experiment and go back to shipping. That situation never arrived. I don't know where those documents are. Whether she has burnt it or whatever. I'm sure she has kept it. I never went and asked her because I never needed it. So take that plunge. Don't try to analyze business plans and end to end what will happen. If you have a conviction, you feel that yes, it can be a start. Right? It's very difficult to say that you will only start with the end in mind. That's a saying. It's better than not advisable. So you overpower them, that thought, doubt, or you get overpowered by them. Then you will never make decisions. Right? So that's how I took that smart data thing. I was earning a handsome salary of close to those days, Indian rupees, close to 1.5 to 1.7 lakhs per month. And I left with zero. I took zero salary for 6 months in smart data. My tax returns in 2000 March showed that I got paid 60,000 rupees for the whole year because there was no money. If I take the money, how will I pay people? So first office, first team, first government exposure, first bribe, I was asked to give, and first sifarish, ये resume ले जाओ, इसको रख लेना, IT company है, first home, obviously, because I was like, I used to come and stay with my parents every time I used to come. So I had to hunt for a place, so I took a small 2-room flat in Panchkula Sector 15, which I still feel that house is really lucky. First child, he was also coming in. I started smart data in February, April 13th, he was born. So there are a lot of challenging times, many first those days. I joined as Chief Operating Officer, then I became VP Operation because we had an American CEO, he changed the hierarchy. I was an operation person because people expected my operation experience to come in handy. I never got access to sales, even passwords were not given to me because this is your job. They were also contemplating because of my travel experience. I had traveled 55 countries and I will be part of business development. So I went and I was having all my visas, but different categories, C1D. So there was some client meeting, they said, this is your time, go and make a deal. So I was overconfident, I went to US Embassy without any papers, saying that, well, just very minimal paper, not that whole detail. And I asked for a business visa, they looked at my paper and gave me a refusal. Because I said, where is the bank balance? Where is the I said, I already have C1D. I've been traveling to US for last 1 year. They gave me and my entire dreams became shattered down. I came back and I resigned to my board. I said, no, for the purpose I was hired, I'm no more good. And they said, no problem. So that's why, from VP Business Development, I was made VP Business Operations. And I felt it was a compromise my board is doing to keep me in, which I never liked. I was feeling really bad about it. But that also gave me a kick that I will start business from non-US countries. I will only go to US if US require me. So I felt very offended about it. I said, why? I have my whole record was there, right? So I said, give me Indian sales. I will do Indian sales. So I used to go and do sales. I've gone all over Himachal, North, meeting people, meeting from small inventory management software and all that. And I did that successfully, and after that I got into raising money from the company. I raised money from Punjab Venture Fund. That was the first step of smart takeoff. So my board, when I started delivering all these successes to smart data, the erstwhile CEO was about to move out. But my board decided that I can only get the position of CEO if I am travel ready person, and US was blocking that initiative. However, I went to UK, I went to Europe, started doing business there. We had sales from US, and then I think Thai chapter in Chandigarh was formed. I was one of the founding members. I was also the secretary of chapter, and then Thai conducted a business plan with Alchania Global. So we applied for the business plan, and we were amongst top 10 companies in India who got through and who were asked to go and present their case to Alchania Global in San Francisco, California. So
there came the time.
Huh?
There
came the time when US called me. I did not go. So I got an invitation letter from Australia Global New York. I went there. No question asked. Visa approved. I went there. We had an interesting discussion on that. And when that happened, the Spider was without a CEO for 2 years. So I used to use the card of director. That happened, and I was given the charge of the company after 5 years. So that's CEO, VP operations, sales, and the journey continues. Many challenges on the way. First challenge obviously was the survival. Whether we will survive the next day. I will again tell you one very good experience I had being part of Thai network, that I got exposed to many successful stories in the entrepreneurial world, and one is you all know Naukri.com, Sanjeev Dikshit, and since he had affinity for Chandigarh and he always helped Chandigarh, he used to come here, we used to talk, and I remember one of the Thai conferences we had at in Delhi, that business plan where we won that contest, and I think it had been pronounced as being that. So I spoke to Sanjeev. I said, look, I need money. He said, how much? And why? I said, I want to go to US to do sales, but who takes care of my cash flows? If I have cash flows for 3 months to get my company through, then I can focus on 3 months. And if I don't do sales in 3 months, then the company has to leave. He said, how much? I said, 10 lakhs per month. I need 30 lakhs. So he started asking, he said, what do you have? House? I said, yes. He said, why is jewelry? I said, yes. He said, how much cash? So I told him, I said, and that will be 30 lakhs. He said, then why you need money? He said, you want me to be on the road? He said, if you can't take that risk, don't call yourself entrepreneur. He said, take it to the last penny. He said, I can write you a check right away, but then you will not try. We had a one-on-one session, and he said, look, there is a cost of money. Don't think money comes for free. If I will put money in your company, I will put very difficult conditions also for you. Because I am a businessman. So as long as you can do that, don't take money. And he said, but he also assured, he said, look, if you have problem after 2 months, come, I will arrange the money for you. Through whatever investor and all. I never needed that money. I did what I did within 45 days, came back, and we never looked back. That till today, touch you that we are always, we have extra. So we had gone on that business. We had gone to .com bus, 911 visa. So they were the challenges I faced. New work culture. I came from a very tough work culture of Navy, and suddenly I found software engineers who are fever है तो ऑफिस नहीं आ सकते, right? मम्मी से मिलने जाना है, so what the hell? It takes time, right? Environment. India was changing. Cell phones were coming and all the things. So those are maturity of the group, and as a plane of discussion between what I was thinking and what the youngsters. The average age of Sparta was 23, 24. Even today it is 27, 28. So those were the challenges I faced. Team belief, because we were a very small fry. ये चलेगा नहीं चलेगा? कहते तो अमेरिकन कंपनी है ये, but They are God coming in, Dell coming in, all those kind of things. So people came, customers came, they left also. But many stayed. I don't know, you must be facing the same situation, the customer chala gaya, aap kya hua? But these things are bound. As long as more, some stay with you, the number of customers or people leaving are lesser than those who are staying with you, you are doing a good job. I'll tell you a very interesting lesson which Mr. Chandigarh gave to me. You know Mr. Chandigarh,
Punjab Tractor.
Padam Shri, Punjab Tractor, renowned figure of the city. He said, देख अजय, अगर तू ऑफिस शाम को जाता है, तेरे ऑफिस में 10 बंदे हैं और अगले दिन सुबह पहुंचता है, तो अगर एक बंदा मिलता है, that means you have done a good job. अगर so imagine अगर तुमको एक से ज़्यादा मिलता है, you are doing a great job. Don't expect all 10 will be there. So he said, when you reach that office, that mentality, you will never have that stress of मेरे बंदे कुछ थोड़ी कर लेगा, मेरा ये तो मेरा. So I remembered this one and I other that's fine. People will come and go. As a giving up my naval protocol upbringing was a challenge for myself. And while all this is happening, the family and kids are growing. I don't see their face, they don't see my face, they are late working times. So these are challenges. Regarding a leadership approach I followed in all these 11-12 years, always give way to group leadership. One of us is not as smart as all of us. If you are the head, this is running the shop, it's not going to work. You have to have a collaborative approach. Otherwise, you will bind yourself with so much of things which are dependent on you. You will be the bottleneck in your growth. You have to believe and trust and pass on something to others. And, bring them to your level. Because please understand, never bring that fear कि oh मेरे बराबर हो जाएगा, what will happen to my job? You are also moving at the same time. It's a relative movement, right? They are moving, you are also moving. So think that way. Think 80,000 feet, execute 8,000 feet. Sorry for the spelling. Keep both ways flight. You understand what does it mean? 80,000 feet, 8,000 feet.
I think you are talking about from a broader perspective and then...
So as an entrepreneur, go up.
Yeah.
Go, imagine yourself in a hot air balloon, 80,000 feet. What will you see? You will see everything. That sector, this is the problem, right? But don't remain there. Because those guys who are executing are there. If you start giving instructions from that vision and they can't go there because they are only seeing that road till it is going for it. Come back and execute at that time. And then go back again. You have to keep doing this thing. If you remain here all the time, you will never have that vision. What I have to do next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, what are my plans? The execution guy can think about today or tomorrow. But as a leader, you have to keep making this flight up and down. And then plan, measure, correct. Plan, measure, correct. Measure is very important. Just plan and you don't know how it is going. It's a recipe for disaster. Induce the idea to your team, convince them and encourage them to follow it. Your philosophy. If you want to, you have to do that job. Take decisions either way. Your decision is, you will make wrong decisions, you will make right decisions, you will learn from them, that's what experience is. You have to take, you can't sit on decision because the team will look at you and say, oh, this is like, nothing happened. They will lose trust on you. Nose in, fingers out, which means see what's going on, but don't try to say, this is how you have to do. Don't try to disturb them the way. Tell them this is how you sort this out. Don't try to take everything in your hand and show it, because then people will say they will not never believe in their own capabilities. Try different approach against the current. That has been my success. I have done many things which many of software industry leaders in this region have discouraged me not to follow. You are going to end up in trouble. I went ahead and did it. Some of them obviously did not work out, but most of them gave me the desired results. So, if you think this is against the way and you have conviction, there is a big possibility that you are going to succeed. Patience, you listen to gyan from everybody and then you use your gyan. Because you never know, in a group of 10 people, one great idea may come from that. The person giving that idea might not realize the value, but you with your experience will know. But let them speak. Give them that thought to speak. They should not feel, oh, boss, इतना ही बोलना है, ये culture. Never do that. And again, one important aspect is you have to learn the art of judging people. That's very, very important. And that will only come by misjudging people. Right? Because then only you know that I am judging them correctly. So once you know that that time I misjudged, that was the wrong way, and so hence this is the right. So you have to, that's very important. Business approach, it's no more customer satisfaction, it is customer affection. Customer should have affection for you. Oh, you are my best service provider. You know, I really like you. You are the satisfaction to take it to one level up. Profit should come from productivity, not by merely raising prices. Usually people make pricing, you work out the price on a model of cost plus, which is my input cost is this, I put 20% margin and hence this is the price. I think that is not the right approach. It will become very common. You have to think something different. Best competition is making the competition relevant. Doesn't matter who's competing. Florida doesn't matter who's competing next door or next city. What we do is very, 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 very different from anybody else. If you talk to people who have worked, who are working smarter, work for smarter, they will say, what you learn there is only useful there. In the sense, that kind of, but technology, best. So we don't worry about, so you have to think in your whatever business you are doing. Try to make competition irrelevant by creating your own niche, own path. Focus on big picture, not the numbers. Excel sheet will draw, I'll say draw you. Excel sheet in business plan, numbers is going to give it to your finance guy. Telling, don't try to do it. Give it to your finance guy. Tell him this is what I want. This is happening fine from number point of view. From bigger picture, don't try to be jack of all trades. Then obviously get your secrets, how you approach, right? Don't do this something before something which should have, don't bring 4 in case of 2. Normally you say, अरे जब तक दो कुछ हो रहा है तब तक मैं 3 चालू है, which is many times will cause you a lot of problems. As a leader, this is very important, and I think this is something I heard from my instructor in Navy when I was a cadet. If you want to be a captain or a master or any boss, this is very important. If you want to earn the respect of your men, you have to be professionally better than them. You have to stretch yourself more than them. Do not spare your men, but more importantly, do not spare yourself. If if they work 10 hours, you should be able to stretch yourself to 20. But you have to work hard. You can't say, I will make them work. Whatever you do, ensure that you are better than them. If you want to be. Otherwise, have somebody who is better than you. So generally what happens is as an entrepreneur, once you start with an idea, you get the initial success, you become complacent. You say, okay, I'll do this, and you start reducing that same passion and energy which requires the founder of a company to show. But if you say, oh, no, up to many and now today I'm 12 years into this business, I still work with the same energy and hunger I worked in Nigeria. The day I feel like I have to give it to somebody else. And again, so that's what I feel as a leader. And obviously, I would say, last but not the least, by doing all this, please take care of your health and personal interest. Right? No health is better than health. I realized it sooner. I'll show you my picture in the next slide how much I became while making money and for Smarita. So I reached, in 2010 January, I reached 90 kgs. I came to 74 because I realized when I saw a picture in the annual function, I said, oh my God. So I realized it early and I recommend to everybody. And have a personal interest. I do walk, I use iPods not for music but for listening to audiobooks. I do a lot of trekking. I just told Sudhir, I just did Everest Base Camp 90,000 feet in May, where 1.5 years I would not even imagine climbing up a small Mansadevi mountain.